Welcome to SVG TV News for Thursday, December 22nd, 2022. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. Tuesday, December 27th, 2022 has been declared as a public holiday here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A news release from the Office of the Prime Minister says the decision was taken in recognition of the fact that Christmas Day 2022 will fall on Sunday, December 25th, a situation that traditionally will result in the holiday being given on the following day, Monday, and that considering the fact that Monday, December 26th, is already a holiday, Boxing Day, the government has taken the decision to declare Tuesday, December 27th, a holiday. The release further states that the Prime Minister and Cabinet of Ministers take the opportunity to extend season's greetings to all Vincentians during this our time of despair and trust that we find fresh hope during this season of joy and love. A mother is grateful to the World Pediatric Project for providing free surgeries to two of her children who ordinarily would not be able to get these surgeries done free of cost. We hear more in this report.
There wasn't one surgery, nor two, there were more.
This mother considers herself fortunate that her children had life-saving surgeries carried out by doctors with the World Pediatric Project, WPP.
I had one daughter. She had one surgery, which was to remove her gallbladder. And that surgery was tremendous. It was very good. No scars. And now my son, well, he has had a major surgery in 2019, which he had to correct his spine, which he had scoliosis, and that surgery was excellent. And he's doing well, and now he has to go back and remove his gallbladder.
Had it not been for the WPP, the grateful mother says surgeries would not have been possible.
I can't thank WPP because I know these surgeries, I could not have done them on my own because of the amount of money that I know would have to pay. I can't thank WPP.
Chief Executive Officer of the WPP, Vafa Akavan, pointed out that there are more than 450 million children around the world that don't have access to surgeries. And here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they are filling the gap.
It's really, really important, the service that we all, as an ecosystem, provide to the children. They're 30% of the population. They're 100% of the future. If we can impact 1, 2, 3 generations of children in our communities, the future of that community, of that nation, of the world will be fundamentally different.
Akavan added that doctors cannot receive all the praise as the work of WPP is made possible with a network of organizations, including the Mosaic Charitable Foundation. He also commended Vincentians in various sectors for doing their part.
Little act and the collection of all of those little acts, the way we are received by the drivers, by the officers at the airport, by the people at the hotel, by the staff at the hospital, all of those are important. When you aggregate them, it's a pretty significant impact on the work that we do.
Program Director with the WPP, Sigmund Wiggins, called on the private sector to continue to support the work of the World Pediatric Project.
We want to encourage our private entities to come on board with us. You know, we have the banks, we have persons who may have monies and want to know where to give it. WPP is the best place to give it, because when you give to WPP, you are making sure that the monies given help in improving the lives and livelihood of a child who may otherwise not be able to access health care.
The WPP reports that about $23 million have been spent during the 20 years of work, which saw 3,000 children benefiting.
And plans are in the pipelines for a new port on the Grenadine island of Kanawan. This is according to Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, who on Hot 97 this morning dismissed claims that locals on Kanawan are treated as secondary or viewed as second-class citizens when it comes to the development on the island.
Over the last 22 years, almost 22 years, we have spent far more money in Kanawan, public investment, and facilitated private investment more than we have done in Parkhill and south of us. This is not to say we have not done in Park Hill and South Rivers. I'm only making the comparable point. Let's look at things which we have done. We spent over $20 million US on building the airport. That's 50-something million dollars EC, a jet airport. In fact,
but wouldn't the locals say that's for the benefit of the developers?
No. That is for the benefit of everybody. It is for the benefit of the developers. But when the developers, if it were not for the airport, you would not have had the extent of the touristic developments that you have had there. And the people from Kanawan get employed. And money, wealth is created.
Right.
So that,
is wealth being created, or are you just creating some jobs?
Wealth is also being created. And if you want to have the evidence, go down and look at what the housing in Kanawan was. I'm talking of the residents, the people of Kanawan, in 2000 and what it is now, and you will see the difference. But
PM Gonzalez says other developments undertaken in Kanawan by his government, and in some instances with the support of the developers, are the administrative complex, a Coast Guard base with one of the Coast Guard vessels stationed at the facility for the use of the Southern Grenadines, the Kanawan Secondary School and Early Childhood Center, and much more. Gonzalez is hoping that his push for a regional magistracy among OECS member states can be realized soon. Speaking on radio today, the Prime Minister says though it might be a bit costly, he believes it is necessary.
I have said publicly that the magistracy in these islands, which is not being regional, and therefore directly under the discipline authority of the Chief Justice, the magistrates are the last of the judicial totalitarians. Some magistrates turn up to work 10 o'clock when they're supposed to start 9. Some of them may adjourn cases, or one or two of them spend an hour, leave. You know, you might have, somebody might appeal the decision, they write up the decision on a timely basis. And that is because the way the magistracy has evolved in these days from colonial times, it has not, in my judgment, kept a pace with the requisites of our current situation. I'm not making a criticism of individual magistrates. The chief magistrate, for instance, has no disciplinary authority over the rest of the magistrates. She has an organizational capacity to interface with the Director General of Finance and Planning or the Attorney General in respect of resources and so on and so forth. The magistrates can be disciplined. Like, for instance, one occasion since I've been in office, I instituted a process under the Constitution to have a tribunal to request to make a formal request to the Chief Justice to have a magistrate being taken to a tribunal for misconduct. The point I want to make here, why I give you that example. Too cool. You can't have a system of disciplining where there is no discipline save and except the ultimate. You understand what I mean? You have to have an authority process.
In terms of how he viewed the sentences handed down by the court, PM Gonzalez says sometimes it shocks him by the severity and at sometimes the leniency of the sentences. In other news, the Major Crime Unit of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force is investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of Bonnet Bramble, a 59-year-old man of Lomans Leeward. Bramble's body was discovered in some bushes at about 8:15 a.m. today, Thursday, December 22nd, in Lomans Leeward, with what appeared to be injuries to the head. The police say a post-mortem examination is expected to be carried out on the deceased to ascertain the exact cause of death. The police are asking persons with information that can assist with the investigation to contact the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of crime at telephone number 1784457111, extension 4816, the officer in charge of the Criminal Investigations Department or the Major Crime Unit at telephone number 178445611810, or the officer in charge of the Central Division at telephone number 1784451211, extension 4832, or any police station or police officer you are comfortable with. The police say all information received would be treated confidentially. Bramble's death marks the 40th homicide for 2022. Meanwhile, the police say the fire department today responded to a report of a house fire in Redemption Shops. The police say the fire completely destroyed a 16 by 14 two-story wooden house and all of its contents. The house was owned by Javid Alexander, a 29-year-old painter of Redemption Shops. Investigations into the fire are ongoing. Sanctions are being cautioned not to spend their money recklessly during this Christmas season. The advice comes from psychologist Dr. Joselle Miller during the program on NBC Radio this morning, as she encouraged persons to save their money for weekdays.
Very dearly for it. And one of the things I observed, we know that Christmas has now become very sensationalized. It's very commercialized. It's a lot of spending. It's a lot of movement, people busy doing a lot of different things. And being in town on this Sunday afternoon, one of the things I realize is that persons are spending money, and I would dare to say recklessly. And the reason I'm saying this is that there are certain toys and gadgets that I see persons are buying, and yes, you have little kids and they're going to become very excited when they see lights and they see a lot of different things, but you also have to bear in mind whether this is going to be a sensible spending. Some of the things, even from walking from literally point, not even 5 minutes away, and the toy, sometimes I see that it's already broken, it's on the floor, and I'm just thinking that that would have been money that could have been saved or used differently. Persons do the excess in terms of the shopping, the grocery shopping as well, that, I have to have, if I don't have my malt and my beer and my this and my that, and you ask yourself, are you going to consume all of that?
Dr. Miller further encouraged persons with non-communicable diseases such as diabetes to take their medication and be mindful of what they eat during the festive season.
I want persons to be mindful of the things that you are doing. If you are diabetic, please do not forget your medication. If you're hypertensive, I don't know if we have the salt ham this year. I haven't seen any.
Yes, there are salted.
So you have the salted hams, and you have the pigtails, and you have all of the different things. Please learn the lesson that if you are going to put yourself in harm's way, because that's what you're going to be doing, you consume these things, your sugar becomes elevated, your hypertension, your blood pressure goes up, and then you are susceptible to other things happening to you. So let's be mindful.
The psychologist is also reminding persons of the importance of sleep.
And I am speaking to myself now, sleep is important. Learn the lesson that you need to listen to your body, meaning pay attention to what you're feeling. There are some persons who are literally running themselves thin, down to the edge, like you're going to everything. There's the 9 mornings, there's the 9 nights, they have a lot of different parties, work events, late shopping, and then you go home and you have the cleaning and all of the different things, and your body is saying stop.
My phone actually rang a while ago and my bed was calling me, but I couldn't answer.
You couldn't answer? Yeah. Well, hopefully you can answer a bit later on.
I'm at work. As soon as I finish work, I try to get to
Yes, please answer that. But the thing is, we have to be so careful. Listen to your bodies, because your immune system, when you're very tired, your immune system is going to be shot. It's going to go down, which means then you're going to be susceptible to the colds, the flu, and we notice again the COVID numbers are going up. So you need now to pay attention to wearing your mask, sanitizing, doing everything necessary to keep yourself safe, and not just you, but your family.
The High Commission of Canada is contributing more than 74,000 Canadian dollars in funding to two non-governmental organizations here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines through the Canada Fund for Local Initiatives, the CFLI. Following an open call for proposals, the Canadian High Commission selected Equal Rights Access and Opportunities SVG and the Orange Hill Development Organization Agro-Processors Inc. as two of its 8 Eastern Caribbean CFLI projects for 2022-2023. Canada will provide 45,000 Canadian dollars over 2 years to the Equal Rights Access and Opportunities SVG to implement their menstrual health empowerment project, providing girls from communities affected by the 2021 La Soufrière volcanic eruptions with greater access to basic menstruation and hygiene products and education. Through a contribution of 29,200 Canadian dollars, the Canadian Fund will support the Orange Hill Development Organization Agro-Processors Inc. to purchase critical equipment to enhance agricultural production, boost food security, and create economic opportunities for rural women farmers and their families. The Canadian Fund for Local Initiatives is a program designed to support small-scale, high-impact projects in developing countries that align with the Government of Canada's thematic priority areas for engagement. The High Commission of Canada received proposals from civil society organizations across 4 eligible countries in the Eastern Caribbean, administering 300,000 Canadian dollars in available funding. High Commission of Canada, Her Excellency Lillian Chatterjee, noted that St. Vincent and the Grenadines continues to recover from the devastating April 2021 La Soufrière volcanic eruptions and the COVID-19 pandemic, and that Canada is proud to continue its support through the CFLI program as local actors seek to support women and girls in the affected areas and rebuild the country's agriculture sector in a more resilient and inclusive manner. Over 50 prizes were handed over to listeners of sister station Magic 107.5 who took part in its Claim or Game Christmas promotion. The prizes were handed over to the winners yesterday by the 3 announcers at the handing over ceremony. Sales and Marketing Officer of SVG Broadcasting Corporation, Keisha Bilinji, provided an overview of the Christmas promotion.
This year, we ran 2 promotions from the 12th to the 16th of December. Our Christmas Claim or Game promotion, where listeners would call in if they answered the question correctly. They had the option to claim their prize or game on to win even more prizes. Our parent sing-along, persons were sending their voice notes, listeners would call and vote for their best version of the parent. That was done daily, so we had 5 winners for that week. And as it relates to our Claim or Game, in total, we had over 52 persons winning prizes.
Bilinji thanked all the sponsors who contributed to the Magic Christmas promotion.
I want to say thank you to our many sponsors, for those who have contributed throughout the years and for those coming on board for the first time. We say thank you. Thank you, thank you. To our listeners of Magic 103.791.5, we say thank you for being a part of this promotion, for making it fun, for making it exciting. Thank you to our listeners for making Magic your favorite radio station. We want to encourage you to continue listening to Magic 103.7 for the new year and onwards.
Some of the winners of the Christmas promotion expressed gratitude for the prizes won and shared with the Magic announcers what they like most about Christmas.
What's your favorite thing about Christmas?
The ham, the drinks, and spending time with family.
I'll celebrate with my family, and I'm making a child. So, you know, new experiences, everything the first time. So just experiencing a new Christmas.
I'm looking forward to see everything goes well and still with Magic.